What's up, Pastor? What's up, my niggas? Something wrong with the house. The electrical wiring. Who you call? Electrician. You get sick, you go to a doctor. Something wrong with the pipes in your house, you call a plumber. The engine on your car fucking up, you call an auto mechanic. The little black boy, junior high, high school, wants to get his dick cut off. That is a spiritual retarded disease he suffers from. So we bring him to you, or the black psychologist. Ain't nobody picking on you. I mean, that's your profession. You deal with spiritual retardation, right? Oh, okay. What you tell his father, who nervous? Because that's what blacks do. They come to you. You supposed to be a spiritual motherfucking doctor. You supposed to have a relationship with God. What you tell the little boy? Do you tell the little boy that he captured something? You ever thought about that, Pastor? God locked the serpent. When he gave it its punishment in the garden, he put it upon his belly. It's always in connection with the dust ram. And then he told it, all the days of your life, you shall eat dust. He locked it in us. We're made of dust. It leaves prints. You can study it. Do you introduce that to the little boy and his parents? But I'm going to give you scripture. I'm going to give you scripture, Pastor. Because as black people, we some retarded motherfuckers. We some good-looking motherfuckers. The most talented motherfuckers, creative motherfuckers on the face of the planet. That's why it's so painful to watch us do retarded shit. Like put over $1 trillion into the economy and only keep 3% amongst ourselves. With all these smart motherfuckers running around here. Go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 3, Pastor. This whole entire Bible, all God's rules, laws, ordinances, and commandments springboards from the very first commandment. And that is this: thou shalt have no other gods before me. And stop. Let me show you how you read the Bible, Pastor. Because see, you motherfuckers reading that and taking it for what it is. But I'm here now, just watch. Have no other God before me. You go to the airport. It's 20, you trying to go through the metal detector, it's 20 motherfuckers in front of you. It's 20 motherfuckers in front of you. You know how you do when you flying and shit, right? It's 20 motherfuckers in front of you. It's 20 motherfuckers before you. They're in front of you, but they're also before you. They're before you. So if you go back to Exodus chapter 20, verse 3, when it says the very first commandment, because all the other commandments, rules, laws, ordinances, and commandments springboards from that right there. Let me explain to you. Have no other God before me. Interchange the word before with in front. And let's see how it sounds. Have no other God in front of me. Watch it, Pastor. Have no other God, watch this, in front. Oh shit. What's this? You blocking the spirit. You blocking the light. What you mean another God? See, some shit might have happened to that little boy when he was young. Just like a lot of our African American women. Black women in the whole has went through bad relationships. Been fucked over since they've been children. Little boys been fucked over, been abandoned. Fathers don't want to, admit that that's his child, turning his back on the child. Motherfuckers grow up with pain, but watch this. That's like a motherfucker having a needle with the AIDS virus in it. This motherfucker fighting somebody, they reach out to stab a person, they accidentally stab you with the needle. You innocent. The motherfucker didn't even really mean, they didn't even really mean to hit you with the needle, so you innocent, but it doesn't negate the fact that the disease is in you. You ain't do a motherfucking thing as a child. But it still don't negate the fact, whatever event that was placed upon you, motherfucker, that thing is in you. And when I say the thing is in you, you have a lot of women that's been through bad relationships. Do you follow what I'm saying? And they treat the next man that they meet a certain type of way because what other motherfuckers done did to them. So they are a reflection of the shit that happened to them in the past. But let me show you about a reflection. My reflection is in the mirror. For you to see my reflection in the mirror, I have to be present. I'm going to say it again. For you to see my reflection in the mirror, I have to be present. If you reflect your past life, it's because, motherfucker, it's in you. You can't reflect something if something is not there to bring about the reflection, motherfucker. The thing is in you. Listen to what I'm saying. When you replay traumatic things in your mind, you may not act on them. You went to the military, you come out the Navy, the Air Force, you done got married, this and that. But you still replay those incidents, those events in your mind. You come to worship them. You don't act on them, so you don't think, but just watch. But by you keep replaying those events that transpires, those traumatic events, you're worshiping it. Watch this, Pastor. Watch this, because a lot of you motherfuckers say the Old Testament ain't in play. Just watch this. By you keep replaying this event, you come to worship it. And you're only supposed to worship the God whom you will serve. And since the event is not God and you're worshiping it, then motherfucker, you only supposed to worship God. And since it ain't God, you worshiping a motherfucking idol and don't even know it, nigga. Talking about the Old Testament ain't in play, nigga. You worshiping a motherfucking idol and don't even know it. It's blocking the spirit of God, nigga. Go to Ephesians chapter 4, verse 18. This is what's going on with the little boy, Pastor. Watch this. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 18. Having their understanding, ready, darkened. Being alienated from the life of God. Well, how did all this transpire? Through ignorance. So you don't know how this motherfucker comes at you. You don't know how this motherfucker comes at you. Through ignorance, listen, through ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart. You don't know how this motherfucking thing comes at you. See, the naming of the tree in the Garden of Eden, that was also in the midst of the garden with the tree of life. The naming of the tree was called the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Good is the direct opposite of evil. How come the tree couldn't be called bad and evil? Why was the tree called the direct opposite? But if you notice how a serpent moves, the direct opposite of right is left. If you notice how the serpent moves, a serpent moves from left to right. See, the naming of the tree represents the movement and the conversation of the serpent. Ain't this about a bitch? And what I mean by conversation, you'll be sitting down and a thought appeared to you, a pleasant thought, some shit that happened 20 or 30 years ago. It'll be a good thought. You get it? And then once you turn to that thought, that bitch will transform to that evil shit. And for all you motherfuckers that say, where's that in the scripture? Go see how the serpent came to Eve then, motherfucker. It came quoting the truth. Listen. The conversation of the serpent runs in correlation to the movement of it. You don't know how this shit comes at you. The little boy don't know how this shit comes at him. The little boy don't know that he captured it. As an addict, let me show you how you start to combat and go to war with the motherfucker. As an addict, as all addicts, we lie a lot. Stand up there begging motherfuckers for money. Just got your paycheck, nigga. 2 days ago and you broke. Addicts lie a lot. Once I found out the spiritual solution to a lie, instead of me trying to be a Christian and act all godly, once I was let in on the secret that the antidote for a lie is the truth. I start telling the truth when I'm not even a truthful person, motherfucker, because I knew that was the antidote to the lie, motherfucker. Do you follow me? I've been to prison 4 times. It looks handsome in prison to be unforgiving. Motherfucker, I start being forgiving then. Because I know it was the antidote. See, what the disease did, what the serpent did, is the serpent came behind reality and twisted. Because a lie can't exist until reality is put in place. So all I did is retwist it.